So I just end up ruining everything instead. If I didn't have her, I wouldn't have the book, but if I didn't have the book, then I would still have her. I'm not ready to move on.
You can't just talk about us like that.
I can't imagine living another moment on this earth without you by my side, Tess.
You really piss me off.
Who doesn't love a Wattpad love story? The After series of movies are the best if you are a fan fiction lover. It's the season of love and many people are turning to romantic movies to celebrate the feeling. The After series, based on Anna Todd's novels, is a popular choice. These 5 films tell the story of Tessa Young and Hardin Scott, who fall in love during their college years. The After movies gave the fans the love story of Tessa and Hardin, showing their ups and downs. Unlike other romances, they also explore the characters' personal growth. Despite critics not liking them much, fans love the series. Each movie adds more to the story, keeping fans excited for the next one. From the first movie in 2019 to the recent sequel in 2023, After everything, it's like reading a good book that you can't put down. Fans can't wait to see what happens next in Tessa and Hardin lives. The After movies, especially the first 2, became a huge hit with some people, especially teenagers. Remember the whole bad boy meets good girl thing? After totally uses that idea. Tessa, the innocent one, falls for Hardin, the mysterious bad boy. The classic story is a favorite for many, and people loved watching it play out on the screen. Another cool thing was the story actually started online on an app called Wattpad. Wattpad is like a giant playground for teens who love to write and read stories, so one can imagine their surprise and excitement when a story they knew and loved from their phones came to life as a movie. Social media also played a big part in After's success. The actors and fans themselves were a giant cheerleading squad online. They shared trailers, clips, and behind-the-scenes photos, getting everyone hyped up to see the movie. And lastly, let's not forget the romance. The After movies aren't shy about showing kissing and cuddling, which is something some viewers really enjoy. It's important to remember though that not everyone loved After. Some people think the relationship between Tessa and Hardin isn't healthy, but whether you love it or hate it, there's no denying that After made a big splash with a specific audience. Here's a bonus fact that might surprise you. Did you know the characters in After were originally inspired by real people? The author, Anna Todd, used to write stories online about the popular boy band One Direction, and characters like Hardin were based on band members like Harry Styles. That's pretty neat. Anna Todd, using the username Imaginator1D, shared chapters of her fanfiction on Wattpad. Her story followed Tessa, who gets involved with Harry Styles from One Direction, cheats on her boyfriend, argues with her mom, and experiences new things like losing her virginity and trying alcohol. As more people read, Todd's story became super popular. By July of that year, millions had read it. Readers even made memes, requested specific plot points, and wrote their own fanfiction based on Todd's work. In 2014, her posts reached an incredible 1 billion reads on Wattpad. So in 2014, producer Jennifer Gibgut bought the film rights to Anna Todd's popular Harry Styles fanfiction After before it was even a novel. The book became a bestseller and Gibgut felt a responsibility to the fans to get the movie made. After years of waiting for Paramount Pictures to act on the project, Gibgut convinced them to return the rights so she could find independent funding. The movie adaptation finally came out 5 years later, based on the novel story and not the original One Direction fanfiction. Let's do a quick recap into the love story of Tessa and Hardin. The first movie, After, starts with Tessa Young, played by Josephine Langford, a sweet and hardworking girl who had always lived under her mother's strict rules. She's the type who always does what she's told and never steps out of line. But everything changes when she steps into college and meets Hardin Scott, the ultimate bad boy, played by hero Fiennes Tiffin. Hardin is moody, mysterious, and irresistible, and their first meeting in her dorm room, where he's reading a classic novel, sets off sparks. The movie was a hit all over the globe. Tessa and Hardin's relationship starts with a lot of tension and awkward moments, but they can't seem to stay away from each other. As they get closer, Tessa starts to find herself. She starts making her own decisions like changing her major, much to her mother's dismay. Hardin, on the other hand, has his own baggage. He comes from a really messed up family with a father, Ken, who is also the university chancellor, and a lot of unresolved issues. Despite their differences, Tessa and Hardin share a deep emotional and physical connection that feels like they're meant for each other. Just when things seem to be going well, Tessa finds out that Hardin made a bet with his friends to make her fall in love with him. This betrayal is like a punch to the gut for Tessa. That wasn't so funny, Hardin. Heartbroken and feeling used, she breaks up with Hardin and throws herself into her new internship at a publishing house. This marks a turning point in her life as she starts focusing on her career and personal growth. So this was a hit, and fans wanted more. Then came the second movie. The drama continued in the second movie, After We Collided.
We're like an addiction to each other with equal parts pleasure and pain.
You hurt me and I can't forgive you.
Tessa, I want another chance. I'll try.
Tessa is now working at Vance Publications thanks to Hardin's secret intervention. At her new job, she meets Trevor Matthews, played by Dylan Sprouse. Trevor is smart, funny, and everything a girl could want in a friend. He starts to have feelings for Tessa, but he knows her relationship with Hardin is a hot mess. Despite their breakup, Tessa and Hardin can't stay away from each other and end up reconciling. However, trust issues lead to constant arguments, and the relationship is like a roller coaster. Things take a dramatic turn when Tessa is involved in an accident. Trevor and Landon, Tessa's best friend played by Shane Paul McPhee, urge Hardin to stay away from her for her own good. Hardin, feeling lost and confused, flies to London to clear his head. His mother convinces him to fight for Tessa, so he returns and they move back in together. Meanwhile, Tessa plans to move to Seattle for work, and she runs into her estranged father, Richard, who is now homeless. Big drama for Tessa and Hardin again. In the next movies, things get even crazier. Remember how Tessa finally got a new job and was moving on with her life, and after we collided? Well, things take a sharp turn when she bumps into her estranged father. This unexpected encounter throws a huge gap into her relationship with Hardin, who feels betrayed that she kept this huge secret from him. Then there are lots of fighting, accusations, and hurt feelings. On top of that, Hardin's own past comes back to haunt him. Dealing with his problematic relationship with his mom and the mystery surrounding his biological father, Hardin spirals out of control. He lashes out at Tessa and pushes her away, trying to protect himself from getting hurt again. Will things be okay again? As Tessa and Hardin try to figure out their feelings and mend their relationship, they have moments where they remember why they love each other, their shared interests, understanding, and the special connection they have. And after Ever Happy, the big question is whether Tessa and Hardin can move past their trust issues and have their future together. Their past hurts keep resurfacing, making it tough for them to trust each other fully. Hardin's anger explodes when he discovers family secrets, leading to a breakup with Tessa in London. Both are left heartbroken and struggling. Tessa moves to New York to start anew, while Hardin seeks help for his anger and alcohol issues. They reunite briefly, but more problems arise, leading Tessa to realize their relationship is toxic. She decides to end things for good. Guess there was no happy ending after all. After these 4 parts, the story of Tessa and Hardin had wrapped up. Sorry fans, but After Everything was released in 2023 that showed the individual journey of Hardin Scott. After Ever Happy wrapped up with Tessa and Hardin deciding to end their relationship, leaving us wondering what comes next. That's where After Everything steps in, focusing on Hardin's journey after their breakup. Heartbroken and seeking some sort of peace, Hardin travels to Portugal. There he reconnects with Natalie, someone from his past whom he hurt deeply. This trip brings up memories of their complicated history and forces Hardin to face the mistakes he's made. So, did Natalie help Hardin move on? After a devastating breakup with Tessa, Hardin is a wreck. Plagued by writer's block and heartbreak, he drowns his sorrows in alcohol. To gain perspective, he travels to Lisbon, Portugal, to apologize to Natalie, a girl he wronged in the past. As he confronts his past mistakes and explores the city, Hardin begins to confront his flaws and work on becoming a better person. He even finds inspiration to write again. While the film doesn't reveal if he reaches out to Tessa, it leaves Hardin's future and their potential relationship hanging in the balance. So that's how the series of After movies ended. Which part of After did you love the most? Let us know in the comments below, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more.